Alright, so welcome to the second video of the day. And while, yes, it is Master Duel, I'm not exactly playing any of the doing a single duel this video, because instead I decided, you know what, it's time I, get rid of my replays, because, yeah, as you can see, I've got plenty of. So yeah, I'm gonna watch all my replays. I got max replays, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, no, almost max replays. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from the bottom, go all the way to the top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and watch. Of course, I'm gonna do commentary. So yeah, let's get going. Now this is an okay hand. As you can see, I'm using my Live Twin Shadow deck, the True Sun God. Like I kind of figured I was going against Raw, but of course that wouldn't fucking stop me because I've beaten Raw with this deck in the past. So yeah, I do this. The normal stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna. I drew this. I had to call by in the starting hand, so yeah, I knew right away. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not letting you summon Raw, bitch. I'm not letting you summon Raw. So I do my casual normals. So I normally summon Lil off first, but I decided, get Kisa kills, so I could, draw the extra card just in case I needed it. Activate the effects. Do the normal thing I normally do. Banish, send True Sun God to the graveyard, special summon these two, and just completely fucking take over more than half their life points. Yeah, that they draw and surrender, because I'm pretty sure they bricked. They needed that True Sun God. They needed the True Sun God in order to play shit, which is why I got rid of it, because I knew they needed that. Like I said, I've beaten Raw with this exact deck before, so I knew exactly what they were going to do. I knew exactly what they were trying to do, and I, of course, didn't let them do it. So yeah, thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, I've done, these are ones from past videos I've done in this game as well. So yeah, just gotta get rid of them. Now this hand, not the best, but I at least got a secret password which does allow me to get a Live Twin spell or trap from my hand, and they're gonna try to do that. It's Blue Eyes, so yeah, I had to. Oh, this one. What's crazy is I kind of figured they would be playing Blue Eyes at the time, so yeah. Yeah, they're gonna try to banish my one shadow monster to prevent me from getting the spell from destroying one of the spells or traps. Because I was probably gonna go like this one, if I remember correctly, and yeah, I just go for the attack. Because what else could I really do? Yeah, I changed that to get extra protection just in case I needed it. Yeah, chaos. The good. Ultimate Fusion, which not a good thing, but yeah, it was all blue eyes that they had in Chaos form, which is gonna fuck me over. Cause they do piercing damage. They do like double piercing damage, which is why I put that in defense mode. Otherwise, I would have lost like right away from that. And I play in defense mode because, yeah, I couldn't allow it. Like I essentially lost this duel. Like as soon as I saw Chaos form activate, I knew I was fucked. Like, but then they did this. They got rid of their Chaos Max for some reason and just like did this. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, why? And then they played all this. Now I'm gonna negate that. And because of... Okay, so obviously Construct has multiple effects, which allows me to send a card, shadow card from the deck to the graveyard when it's fusion summoned. But it also has another effect. It has two more effects, and of course, one of the third and final effect is, you know, to get when it's sent to the graveyard to grab a shadow spell or trap from the graveyard, add it to my hand. But the second one makes it to where if a monster is special summoned and I battle it, or it battles my construct, whether it's in attack or defense, my construct at least, that special summoned monster gets destroyed immediately. So, yeah, which is obviously what happened to both the XZ monsters, and then they, of course, decided to attack my construct with their Ash Blossom for some reason, like, which is like, okay, yeah, they essentially just gave up. And I'm just absolutely disrespectful at this point, so I just go ahead, just try to snatch their Ash Blossom. They Psalm Judgment it for some reason, which, of course, as you can tell, regardless, it wasn't going to do anything to him. But to me, so it's like whatever, and then made them surrender because they knew what I wanted to do at that point. Like, I was gonna summon Keys to Kill to just attack for 500 and then just to finish for a game. Like, normally I don't play like that, but sometimes it's just to show them that, yeah, you're gonna play a very powerful monster and you're gonna do something stupid to get rid of it. Like, you're just idiot. You're an idiot. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, of course. And again, going live twin shadow deck for this third one. This was a structured deck. Like, one of the structured decks you can pick when you first start the game. They're gonna, at least I think it was the structured deck. But yeah, it's not gonna do. Yeah, they just decided to do that for whatever reason. I have no idea why. So yeah, you're gonna see that I did. For those who don't remember or haven't seen this, I did set my Called by the Grave, which could have also been a bad idea, but I had it just in case I wanted to like special summon something or activate some effect, a monster's effect from the graveyard, just in case. But you know what? It wasn't gonna help him. Of course, this duel was before I got rid of my Shadow Schism. Like, I don't know what they plan to do here, cause, yeah. They absolutely, I think I gave up at this point. Because why would you summon a monster in attack position, buff it up, just to lose it immediately after and take damage? Like, they gave up. Like, as soon as my Shadow Beast came out of the field, they pretty much just gave up. So yeah, I'm just gonna banish this just in case, because I read, like, when I did this duel real time, I did read the effect, so I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna activate this call by now, so they don't try to get it off as... Yeah, I know I worded that wrong, but hey. It happens. So yeah, I didn't want them to pop it, so I just banished it, just in case. I set my Shadow Core, which was a good idea because of what you're about to see. They're gonna send this back to my deck, the top of my deck, so I'm gonna draw this on when it's my turn. Then I activate this in defense position, because of course. And then I'm just going to draw right into my Shadow Beast again. Tribute it, because Shadow Core, when activated that way, is treated as a monster, so it allows me to tribute it, to tribute summon the monster, which is what I did. And then to just show them, like, yeah, this is what I had. I popped that when I don't really need to. And then I'm gonna do this. Bring out my ace monster. Bring out Winda. And because, you know, I can't attack directly. Well, I just can't attack with it, but I just figure, you know what? Oh well. Then I'm gonna play that, right? Add this to my hand. Use that. Just do 500 damage. Like, yeah, they essentially lost here. Like, yes, again, I knew the effects, and I didn't want to, and I knew I couldn't attack with whatever I special summoned with it. But I just wanted to bring Winda out just because. Just so they couldn't special summon more than once. And then at this point, it was over. It was essentially over. Yeah, I just finished them off, doing 500 each monster. And just, yeah. They lost. Keep in mind, this was when the WCS event was going on, so yeah, this was during the WCS event when I did that video, like, yeah, which is why there's like no ranks on it, and you can see WCS qualifiers in the name, so yeah, which is why. Alright, it's time for Duel 4. Like, these are just so much fun to win duel in real time when I played them. Of course, this is kind of my Live Twin Shadow deck, but it's also while it's partially my Live Twin Shadow deck, this was the deck I made when I first started playing Master Duel back last year. So, yeah. This just mixed in with my Live Twin Shadow deck. I just added Shadow spell traps and monsters. So yeah, I'm just gonna Ash Blossom this right away. Yeah, they're playing Harpies, and I'm like, really? You're playing fucking Harpies at this economy? Like, nah, dude. Yeah, they were buffing their monsters. I thought, you know what? No, we're not letting that happen. I'm not letting that happen. No way. So, you know, this is what I usually do. I'm gonna get rid of that just right away. Some of these two, which allows me to, which makes it to where if they have more than 2 cards on the field, they have to get rid of cards on their side of the field. So they have 2 cards on the field, and they of course got rid of their field spell, which wasn't what I wanted them to get rid of, because I wanted them to get rid of this, but they got rid of it, a card regardless, and I did that, so yeah. Yeah, and as you can see, they pretty much lose here. they gave up. Like, regardless if they played anything, I could just destroy it. Or, you know, just redo my summoning thing to where they, of course, I get my twins back, and yeah. You know, my usual play, so yeah. Like, again, these are qualifiers. Like, these are, this video was actually really fun when I made it. A few months ago. Back to my live twin shadow deck, because, yeah. I'm like, okay, that's an interesting turn. So, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Oh! You know what this is? This is my OTK! This is a duel I got the OTK! Because you know what I'm about to do. I'm about to do my usual play where I, you know, like, link summon, all this shit, get the twins out, but you can see I've got this, which doubles my monster's attack. Well, which, as you can see, target one face-up monster you control gains attack equal to its current defense. So of course I have to get the twins out, not the normal monster, which requires 2 link monsters to, you know, be special summoned. You can't do it any other way except to, like, Monster Reborn. But maybe, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. And because I have a Kisa kill and at least 1 Kisa kill and 1 Lila monster, the attack and defense go from 2200 to 4400. And I'm gonna activate this, it's gonna take my attack from 4400 to 8800, which is essentially pretty much game. Which is exactly what's gonna happen right here. Actually, no, this isn't my live twin shadow. This is the same deck I used back last year. Like, here's the thing though, when I did this in real time, like, I was thinking, which card did I get? I was debating on which one of these 2 I should get rid of. Like, and then I figured, settled that one, which just happened to be Magic Cylinder. Thankfully, I popped that first. Because, again, I don't have a monster that has over 8,000 attack points, so if this were to activate, I would have lost. From my own monster's effect. And, you know, the spell, of course. But, luckily, I did pop that first. And then I'm gonna do this, which, you know, it's gonna allow me to bring these 2 back. I'm gonna, you know, draw a card, banish that to put the twins in the graveyard, get rid of that, which Spiral Fusion, which is what I wasn't scared of, and then I'm gonna, you know, do this, summon the twins, activate that, 8800 attack, and then they lose. Again, that was a WCS qualifier. So, yeah, that was fucking insane. In Duel 6. Let's get going. The rest of these are recent duels, so, yeah, we're going back to, like, past, like, 2 videos, I think. Yeah, this is my all spellcaster, you know, minus the hand traps deck right here. you know, the deck that was not meant to be any good. It was just for fun, really. And I was doing this on ranked. Like, they're playing Dark Magician. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, no, I'm not letting you do that. So luckily, I had Ash in my starting hand, which prevents them from activating that. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get this, and they're gonna play Max C, which is like, okay. Skill drain my shit, which is like, why? Then I'm gonna play that. And just, yeah. Oh, I remember this. I remember this one perfectly. Like, they couldn't play shit because, you know, yeah, this is only when it's activated, meaning that they could have only done it that one time. But I asked it, so they couldn't play anything because of that. Which is just what essentially allowed me to win the duel pretty much. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get rid of that, and because, you know, because I have a Witchcrafter monster on the field, the Witchcrafter spells allow me to get the spells back from the graveyard back to my hand, because, again, I have a Witchcrafter monster in the field, and they allow me to do that. And so I'm like, oh, you fucking lose here. You're not winning. I'm like, you're not winning this. So I draw the fusion spell. This was the first time I ever played this card too. The first time I ever played this card. Yeah, and here's the crazy thing though too. Even if they didn't have skill drain, but even if they did, which they obviously did, and they didn't activate it, the fusion monster had enough life points regardless to just finish them off. So even if they didn't activate this, I was going to fusion summon into this, and I would have had just enough. I would have had enough attack points to just finish them off. I didn't even need the effects. So I'm like, yeah, you just straight up fucking lose. Again, they didn't need to activate skill. If they didn't activate skill drain, regardless, they lost. And that was the first time I played those cards as well. The fusion monster and the fusion spell. Yeah, absolute hilarity. Like, it feels great coming back to these duels. It really does. And this is just my Witchcrafter deck here. My pure Witchcrafter deck. Yeah, it's another Dark Magician player, so I'm like, really? You're gonna play fucking Dark Magician against my Witchcrafters? Like, really? Then I'm gonna play that. Which is gonna allow me to do this, and of course, there's... Oh! This, yeah. I'm like, yeah, no, you're not doing this. They play Dark Magicians. They play 2 Dark Magicians. I'm like, and I've got Change of Heart. They're gonna negate this because they have a Dark Magician on the field. Well, they're gonna banish it, but which is exactly what I wanted them to do. I wanted them to banish Ver. That way I can act, because it's only once per turn. They can only do that once per turn. So I wanted them to negate Ver, that way I could actually do the play I wanted to do. Because I saw my starting hand, I'm like, I know what I want to do. And thankfully it happened. They did what I wanted them to, so yeah, they're fucked at this point. So yeah, I'm just gonna activate them. Just use their Dark Magician, Change of Heart, take one of their Dark Magicians, use it to destroy their Dark Magician, which will destroy them both, and I'm going to attack them directly. Good main phase 2. Play Monster Reborn, snag one of their Dark Magicians from the graveyard. summon it, of course, in attack position. And yeah, this is, again, of course, it's game. And because I have a Witchcrafter monster on my side of the field, I get to bring back a Witchcrafter spell. Or two. It's awesome, yeah. Yeah, I have no idea why they decided to go in the battle phase when they did in real time. I'm like, oh, why? Do they have evenly matched? Of course they didn't. And even if they did, they have a card on their side of the field, therefore they couldn't activate it, because in order to activate it immediately without setting it the turn prior, you have to have 0 cards on your side of the field at period, just 0 cards, and then it allowed you to play it straight from your hand and banish cards face down for whatever fucking reason, which is fucking stupid. And yeah, of course, even if they did have evenly matched, they couldn't play it because they have this, so they would have had to set it. And as you can tell, yeah, they're obviously gonna fucking lose. I'm gonna use that to get rid of that. Bam. Bam. Leave them with 700. Which gives them 1 more turn to do something, and yeah, they're gonna do that. And because I know this deck pretty much in and out, even though I don't play it, I know how it works because I do play Duel Links, and I read the cards and everything. Like, I knew what they were going to try to do, so I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going to activate Pain's effect, just destroy that, and which made them surrender. This might be the longest duel replay of a video, actually. I think this was also my pure Witchcrafter deck. Might have been. No, it's not. Because this is my Life Twin Shadow deck again. Yeah, I remember this one. This is pretty much the only monster they play this entire duel, by the way. Pretty much. Which, yeah, obviously, this was all I could do at the time because my hand kind of sucked. But, yeah. Well, technically, they set one monster as well, but you know, it's whatever. I'm gonna special summon. I'm gonna fusion summon into Winda right here. Shadow Winda, I should say, because I've already got Beast Tamer Winda on the field. So I fusion summon Shadow Winda. I'm gonna destroy that because, yeah. And because I have Shadow Wind on the field, they can't special summon more than once per turn. So if they special summon from the hand, they can't special summon any other way. Same with the deck or the graveyard. They can't special summon any other way. So all they can really do is normal summon or set, and then special summon once because of Shadow Wind's effect. Of course, I prevent that from happening. So, yeah. If they're gonna special summon from the graveyard, and that's their turn. Because, again, can't special summon more than once. Of course, there's a drawback to it. I can't special summon more than once either. While it's a good thing they can't special summon more than once, it's a bad thing that I can't do it either. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to set Keys to Kill Frost and destroy these 2 monsters. And then that's going to be my turn. Like, I do have a call by, but I wasn't going to use it yet. Because I didn't really need to. And then I'm going to do that. Flip summon. this card's got an effect where if I attack it, I have to attack it more than twice to destroy it, because it can take 2 attacks without being destroyed, but then a 3rd attack, it will get destroyed, which is exactly what I had enough to do. So yeah, I'm gonna tribute that to activate this effect, get 2 attacks off, and then just finish it off with my Shadow Window. Yeah, they lost here. They lost. That was, yeah. Window was essentially the key to winning that. Because I know how synchro players like that work. Window is 100% the way to go, whenever possible, as soon as possible, especially turn 1. I think this one was pure Witchcrafter. It was pure Witchcrafter because the sleeves. Yeah, Shard of Greed. This is another Dark Magician player. And because I have reasoning in my hand, I, of course, do that. Activate Summon Jenny after special summoning. Yeah. And then I'm gonna do that. Destroy Shard of Greed. That way they can't, like, draw extra cards. And I'm just gonna do 4,200 points of damage. Get my spells back from my graveyard to my hand. And that's gonna be my turn. Again, they essentially lose here. Yeah, they're gonna do that. I'm gonna just destroy it frame 1. That way they can't do that. And I'm gonna get Patronus activated. It's gonna add Jenny back to my deck. Get me my fusion spell. And it's game. It's game. Then I'm gonna banish the Shmieta. Activate the first effect. Activate Patronus. Which gonna add Hain back to my deck. I'm gonna destroy that trap. Do that. Activate a spell, which is gonna allow me to chain my second effect for the monster. Special summon a card from my deck. Witchcrafted monster from my deck, and I win. And people say you can't win with the fucking Witchcrafters. People say Witchcrafters are casual deck. Explain that shit. Explain that. How is, if it's a casual, quote unquote casual deck, how am I able to do that, pretty much? And ensure victory, yes, immediately. How is it a casual deck at that point? Like, it's essentially just a meta deck at that point. Like, of course, these are like cash tier limit and, you know, branded players saying this shit too. Like, if I'm able to do that with Witchcrafters, how are they a casual deck? Like, I have beaten meta decks with the Witchcrafters before I had the fusion spell and fusion monster in the game. Before they were added in the game, I have beaten meta decks with Witchcrafters. No extra deck. And apparently, it's just a casual deck. Yeah, that's absolute bullshit. It's not a casual deck. Because obviously, whenever I play Witchcrafters, I destroy my opponent. Like, there's no fucking way it's just a casual deck. When you do shit like that. Like, it's just an outright obliteration at that point. So yeah, it's not a casual deck. It should be a meta deck at this point. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the third and final video for today.